2nd August goes out of
October
the way.
what?
We cannot announce the new date. So for now, we're still in on the 2nd August.
We don't enter October yet.
No, we don't enter yet. Okay. Well, it's time for Showbiz Review. Good morning, Robert. How are you doing?
I'm okay, Charlie.
Yeah, it feels good to have you here.
Thank you.
There you go. And today, yes, I did ask Gyakie, but it's also time for us to get more details about it. So, the National Film Authority is to host the maiden edition of the National Film Dialogue on September 16. And yes, they announced it just recently, and we are all looking forward to it. It's happening at the City Conference Center, that's University of Ghana, Legon, and the event aims to unite Ghana's film ecosystem filmmakers, producers, distributors, policymakers, academics, and international partners in a collaborative effort to accelerate industry growth. So yes, we're having that, and hopefully we will be talking to the deputy NFA boss, that's Mr. James Gardner, yes, so that we can get more details with regards to the National Film Dialogue, which is expected to happen on the 16th of September, which is on Tuesday. So yeah, at the CD Conference Center, University of Ghana. And to give us more details about this, I've been joined by the deputy NFA boss, that is Mr. James Gardner. Good morning, James. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Doreen. How are you doing?
I am very well, thank you. And it's so good to have you here this morning to tell us
so
more
much
about the film dialogue. And first of all, I'd like to find out, what is this whole film dialogue about? Like, what inspired it? What brought about it?
It's an industry calling. We didn't want to just immediately just start having engagements with the industry stakeholders. We wanted to assess the situation in our film industry. We wanted to talk about the already existing issues, also talk about our new policies and measures that we're taking to make sure that we lift the image of the industry, if not to where it was, at least relive that whole moment of seeing the business side proper of the film. I think we have advanced, through the VCD era, the DVD era. Distribution has also become a very major key. Exhibition is also a huge key. We've sat down and then we've noted and jotted all these points. Now is the time we feel like, okay, this is our assessment. Let us now sit down and have a conversation so that we can now, from our point, tell you how we see things and how we are planning on moving forward. Also to hear, some of the brilliant ideas that some of the stakeholders also have, and then together we become stronger. We address the issue and then we move forward. This is why we're having the National Film Dialogue. It's an industry call to everybody from upcoming actors to crew members, directors, investors, everybody has been invited for us to have a lasting, the beginning of lasting conversations that we're going to have to make sure we direct the film industry to where it should be.
All right, and you've mentioned all these, which I pretty think that it's cool. We're happy at least to get a view from everyone or something from everyone. But how does the NFA plan to ensure that this dialogue translates into tangible outcomes and policy changes for the industry?
Okay, so first of all, our board has been instituted. So everything that we do now is also run by the board. There are measures that we're taking that we have as a decisive agency. Together with the board, we have found out the sort of problems that we have and how we're going to go about it. So when it comes to the effectiveness, there's a board that's also going to help us to take literally every box along the journey. So like I mentioned earlier, one of the main issues that we have is exhibition. The centers or, the avenues where we showcase these films. It doesn't necessarily only have to be cinemas. There are online platforms, there could be airlines, there could be, film festivals. All of these are called exhibitions. But before there's an exhibition, there also has to be distribution. Before the distribution, there has to be content. We've come to realize that the Ghanaian audience has been taken for granted for quite some time, and this is what we now want to change. The quality of our content also need to change. I don't like to make comparison, but if we pay attention, it's almost like there's a lot of traffic when it comes to productions that come out of our neighboring countries, more than our very own. So amongst all of this, there was also a plan to have an emotional appeal for Ghanaians to be intentional about the support also that we also have. We can't be working and, installing all the structures to make sure that we redefine the filming scene in Ghana. Apart from that, we would need the patronage of Ghanaians proper. The aim is to go for 1% out of the whole population in Ghana to support the movie industry. If we start alone from there, that 1%. So, Doreen, that should tell you how bad it is and how we're dealing with this. It's easy for people to sit behind their screens, but then your behavior at home is what also determines the business side of things for producers or for filmmakers in Ghana. If I were to throw a question to the ordinary Ghanaian to say, when was the last time you watched a Ghana movie, and we assemble them, if you are doing it ratio by ratio, you will get to understand they watch more of movies from our neighboring countries than our very own. I respect it when Ghanaians, through thick and thin, we get to understand that this, regardless of how we see it, is our very own. So we need to make sure that we throw our weight behind it. If you very quite remember, there was a time that even on radio, there were some comments that were being made that a lot of Nigerian songs were being played more than they were even playing Ghana songs. And radio stations were forced to even play a certain ratio percentage of Ghana songs. I think it was even like mandatory. I don't know if I'm getting it. Yeah, so it is the same energy that we have to apply. The technical bits and everything, I would say the think tanks are there to also help us, guide us, and also together with the ideas that we get from the major stakeholders as well, that shouldn't even be very hard to execute. But apart from that, there's an emotional appeal that we're putting out there for people to be conscious about the fact that we have to salvage the situation. It is very bad. The only cinemas that we have that are currently running and are helping the producers with exhibition is Silverbird Cinema. That's not government owned. This is like private owned companies which we have no say in their business. We can have a dialogue and let them know, the kind of environment that we would like for things, to be done. I can't go and tell Silverbird the sort of movies they should accept and not accept because I don't have the mandate to do that. But we've had meetings with Silverbird, we've had meetings with DSTV, we've sat down that we need to lift the image and the quality. What the problem is this, and I'll give an example. We premiered a movie last December called One Night Guest.
Yeah.
Myself, I was in there. You remember very well. Majid.
I remember you all even came here to,
yes.
Speak to us
to promote it.
Yes, to promote
Chidi Mokeme, all of that. And during that same time, there was Jennifer's Diary that was also coming out. Majid and myself went to Silverbird Cinema to sell tickets. It was part of the promotions. It was so saddening that we were standing behind the desk and yet people were just filing past and going to buy the other tickets. We're still in the same African industry, right? But I feel like just for the mere fact that Majid's presence was there, it should have been a little bit of motivating factor. But if that alone did not even work or to convince people to buy tickets and even support the film, I'm not sounding entitled here. I mean, if Black Stars were to be playing a match and Congo were to be playing match side to side, I think that the traditional thing to do would be to go and support Ghana.
Exactly.
These are some of the things that we're talking about. It just goes beyond just the distribution and the exhibition. I think a bad taste has been left in the mouth of Ghanaians when it comes to filmmaking in Ghana or the sort of stories that we put out there. So we now have to talk about story writing, go back to content creation. And apart from all of that, let the people understand that what left the bad taste in your mouth has now changed. So we're fighting for that 1%. The execution is not a problem at all. We also would like for Ghanaians to throw their support behind every move and step that we take along the way.
Hey, wow, that's interesting. I mean, when you mentioned the 1%, initially I wanted to find out how do you plan to achieve this ambitious goal. It's a question a lot of people have asked, and so I think I just wanted to put to you to see what maybe you would have to share with us.
Okay, it's going to be like a whole national program. We are talking schools from high school. We are talking universities. There may be difficulty in bringing together people, even for free screening. We had a committee meeting, and some of the things that we touched on, it's the exhibition and distribution committee, was that how to even bring people together to talk to them about the intentionality of supporting the Ghana films. So if it's going to be difficult to put people together, since some free screenings were even being done by DSTV some time ago, and nobody even showed up. So it's not even about you have a good film and you want to even, let's say, go and exhibit it for free for people to see that these are the new things that we're doing. Now we have to start and address this issue from the very roots, from the base. So if it's organized crowds already that's existent for us, that's what we're going to deal with until we drive the message home. So literally every high school, literally every tertiary, we are going to embark on a full force to go on a sensitization program and the need to why we have to support Ghana film, the sort of content that we also put out there. That's on the side. Apart from that, we're going to be having master classes and engage with a lot of producers, bring in experts, preferably from even Hollywood or people who are in advanced filming industries to walk us through the professionalism part of it and also understand the business side of it. Because I feel like we're still trying to juggle the balls around to see how we can still make things work regardless. But when the time changes, you also have to change your craft and your expertise. So a lot of master classes are going to be done in relation to the crew people, to producers, to directors, so that we get the basic things and understanding of how film has come to change and the things to do to move with it.
All right. And finally, are there any plans to establish maybe partnership with international film organizations or festivals to promote Ghanaian films globally? I know you've mentioned the plane bit, but I mean, the festival bit too is another aspect that I believe can help our movies.
Yes. All of that have been done. We have engaged and had several meetings with a lot of the commissions, lots of the big film industries. India, we've engaged with Nigeria. We've spoken to a lot of film festivals as well, because we believe that selling Ghana, it doesn't only have to be with you coming to Ghana and how we treat you or how we host you. There are plans of going to a lot of these film festivals. We get stalls and tents where we showcase our films and showcase our scenery and our locations and what we have to offer here in Ghana. Also give them a brief history about the sort of productions, the high quality productions that have been here. Let them also understand that it is also in our legislative instrument that we're fighting for right now, so that when it comes to bringing in filming equipment to Ghana, the tax incentives will be waived off. And because that usually also came at a very big cost. It's the reason why the new Girls Trip movie wasn't shot in Ghana and eventually taken to South Africa, because our tax incentives still haven't been waived off. But, we're still pushing, and it's looking like it's very positive. Once that happens and the floodgates open, film studios like the one Idris Elba is working on, the government, the president, President John Dramani Mahama, the visionary president, has also made a promise through the Black Star Experience that there's going to be a state-of-the-art studio as well, also established. If all of these start like this, and we waive off the tax incentives, we're essentially just shouting and screaming to the world to say, hey, look, we're open for business. So come and let us work. So there are lots of things that we've put in place and engagements with a lot of film giants and other industries, stakeholders, even corporate entities as well, where we need to talk about how we reshape the filming scene from insurance to monetization and everything, the banking sector and even insurance companies. It's a lot of engagement we've done for it to all come together as one, so we can go with a moving plan.
All right, and correct if it is. So it's happening at the City Conference Center at the University of Ghana, Legon, right?
Yes.
And are we to pay? Happening. It is absolutely free, right?
It is absolutely free,
and everyone is invited.
Everyone is invited. It's happening on the 16th of September, which is next week, Tuesday, City Conference Center inside the University of Ghana. It's happening from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. There's going to be a lot of panel sessions where we've demarcated, parts to exhibition, to distribution, also to touch a bit more on some of the policies that we're about to introduce when it comes to licensing, when it comes to accreditation and stuff like that. So there's going to be a new wave. We will need a lot of, like I said, workshops and master classes to get everybody on board. And this is why we want to start having the very first of our National Film Dialogue.
All right, James, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for all the updates, and see you on the 16th of September.
Thank you so much, Doreen. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to see you.
Welcome. All right. So that was James Gardner. James is actually the deputy boss for the National Film Authority. National Film Dialogue is happening on the 16th of September, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And you are all invited. Come, share your views, your thoughts, anything you think can help the movie industry. You are all invited to do that. And right after him, I have, as I mentioned earlier, my studio guest, Mr. Robert Clark, and Adam, who is here. And obviously, time for Showbiz Review, brought to you by Betway and Franco Trading Enterprise. And back to you all in the studio. Okay, bang, bang, bang. I'm sure you've been following the conversation with regards to what James said, and it's all about the National Film Authority. But first of all, you all going on the 16th? Are you going?
Oh, certainly we have to, because we've always been talking about the movie industry and the need for industry to get a certain facelift. And I think it is a good step from the authority, and it will be good to take part to look at what some of the challenges we talk about and what those on the ground see it, and I mean what measures they are putting in place to resolve that. And for me, I think the stakeholder engagement is one of the best ways to be able to, take a sector to the next level, because with stakeholder engagement, you are building trust and credibility amongst your people, where they get, the bonding brings about trust, and people are sharing their views, and they will feel like, okay, you have listened to me, so I can trust you, rather than just staying at a certain office and bringing policies down the throats of people. So I feel it is good for them. Then, when it comes to the decision making, is going to enhance decision making, because at times, I remember just recently I went for another stakeholder engagement of a sort in the tourism industry of a certain approach the GTDC want to take, and when we got there, those at the stakeholder level were also brought certain counter argument as to how things can be facilitated, and you could clearly see that it is going to help the decision making of the people, and also certainly in terms of success, it can improve success, because you will think that, okay, this is the only approach to do it. You go there and we can fine tune this place, we can squeeze this place. Then you listen to them to add it to yours. It means there's going to be some level of high success rate, because those in the helm of affairs, those who are in the thing, are those you've spoken to. So there's that also important. And certainly after you realize that this decision which has been implemented is from you and I and the top, then sustainability is assured to some extent. So I think it is a good approach. I want them to listen and listen well, so that the vision, the goal of this very engagement would be achieved, so that it wouldn't be top bottom approach or bottom top approach. There should be that cohesion. You understand? There should be that understanding, so they can all achieve something. Because Doreen, you and I, we've been you've attended meetings, stakeholder engagement of certain associations in the creative arts, where it ends in chaos, it ends with no decision making and confusion. You understand? So I just pray that it doesn't become one of those, but we get to a very successful end.
Okay. Robert.
Yep.
Yes, and for me, I think one of the things that I was pretty excited about was when he spoke about, for the festivals and then the international organizations. He said they've already spoken to some people. And then one other thing, you also travel a lot, and every time you're on the plane, you want to watch a movie, and you probably see if Nigerian movies there, you see other country, you don't see anything Ghana.
Yeah.
But listening to him and based on everything he has said, you think we're on course? We're on.
Okay, so for me, I don't want to assume that the work is easy. So let me not even try to sound in any way close to trying to suggest that the work is easy. However, this is not even meant to be easy. We're in a developing country, so it has to be tough. I mean, reality is that we need to move the sector forward, and so there are things that are needed to be done. And so if anybody's appointed, it simply means that they are ready for the task, and they should be able to hit the ground running and achieve some great results for the sector. So it has to be treated as such. And so I like the fact that they are doing some situational analysis to be able to understand where we are at, because indeed, if you want to be able to progress, it starts with understanding where you are at and then being clear about where you want to go to, and then trying to bridge the gap. So where are we now? Where do we want to get to? How do we bridge the gap? How do we ensure that we get to where we're supposed to get to? I'm just hoping that they don't take too long with trying to do the situational assessment, so that it doesn't take too long for you to be able to get to the point where we're supposed to move. So yes, I wish them all the best. They should actually do that, but we need to be able to move. We need to move forward. So I'm looking forward to some conversations on Tuesday that speaks to at least some form of vision.
Right.
Yeah, even if you are going to engage the broader stakeholder community and be able to get some inputs, dialogues are going to take place, etc. It will be nice to have something already available, and then these inputs that will probably come out from the engagement would only add to. So if you have something, maybe if you have 80% and you get 20% from the people, that would help. You understand? What if you actually go to the engagement only to discover that what you have is enough because you probably answered all the questions? So mine is, yes, let's get to work, and it's not meant to be easy. Tough folks are meant for these tough times, and I know they are tough, so they should roll up their sleeves and then get to action. And the industry, we are there with them, all the way through, because they're not doing it for just themselves. They're not doing it for themselves, they're doing it for everybody. The other bit is the 1% bit. I don't know, you also mentioned that it's ambitious. I'm not too sure whether it's ambitious.
Like how, how they're hoping to achieve it.
That's 300k people. If you are 30 million, if you're 34 million, that's 340,000 people. I don't know if quoting that kind of viewership is ambitious. It's not because I keep on saying, if you take somebody like even James Garner, probably have to even check if you can check his social media following. I mean, it'll probably be more than a million. I mean, I know Jocelyn is around 4 or 5 million.
Yes, they have a lot of followers.
So even on your personal pages, in terms of followers, it's higher than that. So if they can pull resources, put their heads together, everybody in this particular space, from the Shelley Frimpong to everybody who plays a role in the space, they need to be able to create a bigger cake so they can all share in the chunks thereof. So I think that the 1% is a bit too low.
I'm thinking and hoping that that actually came from someone from, I think, the board chairman. That's Ivan Kwashiga.
Yeah,
right?
but that's the same thing that he reiterated. So that's a vision that they're running with, and he said that everything because they have the board, they are working with them closely, which ideally is supposed to be the case. So yes, we see that, but I just don't know why 1%.
Maybe.
Why 1%?
That's about 300,000.
Yes, 300k. I mean, 300.
Maybe they want to start small and then
they want to be realistic to themselves.
Yes, because you see, as you said, the job is not easy. So it's like you just have to start small and then grow with it.
Yeah, but starting small, maybe the analysis should also try, but first of all, try to ascertain how many people are currently watching.
So that you benchmark.
Yeah, because
it helps in the benchmark.
I mean, I don't.
What is the current stage? What percentage do they have?
Yeah.
And that they want to move to that 1% so that it can easily be benchmarked.
Yes.
So are we saying that currently is less than 1%?
I want to believe so, based on their research, because if they didn't do...
No, it would be nice for them to share with us that, okay, so they are not, based on XYZ, they are seeing that the number of people who are currently interested in loving and watching Ghanaian movies are just X number of folks. And so they want to move that from that particular number to 1% over a 5-month period or over a year, that kind of stuff, so that after a year we're having a conversation, we can get back to that particular point and say, okay, this is where we were at and now we are here, so you guys shall kudos, something, I don't know, that kind of stuff. It would be nice to be able to see that. But yes, we are looking forward, and I'm just hoping that they throw the invitation to people outside of the regular space.
Yes. And even my worry, I mean, if music they are not coming, I don't know about movies. I'm praying that everyone they reach out to would, make the effort to actually go and, share something.
So for example, they are doing movie, but we know that sync deals lie heavily with music industry.
Right.
So there should be an invitation to the fraternity within the music space.
Yes.
And when I say music space, I don't just mean artists.
So
I mean publishers within the space, producers, all those who are supposed to be doing scoring, etc. They're supposed to be in the space. You understand? And then it will be nice to also see the folks from the Commission on Culture. Yeah, because how we're using movies to promote culture, like that kind of stuff. We need to be able to get that perspective, coming through as well. All the facets, anything that connects, finance, everything. I just pray that it's not just the technical folks,
actors,
or actors. It has to be, the money folks, the banks. Are you here? Okay, what's happening?
How can you invest? It's true.
It has to be, 360 degree in terms of anybody or any facet that impacts or is impacted by the movie sector, so that we can all work together. I believe that if they are doing that, they should just do it 100% and then take it forth.
I pray it works out like that, and then maybe after Tuesday, hopefully, I think somewhere maybe next week, maybe we would have Ivan Kwashiga join us here on the show.
Yeah, we should.
Also, so that we can, ask more.
Because the year's about to end. We can't keep on. After some while, Charlie. After a while,
Yes. All right. So there you go. 16th of September. Let's all make time to go on there, and even if you're not invited, you can go and share your 2 cents. It won't be bad as well. So away from movies, we're moving straight to music, and this is an aspect that Robert is all good. Well, let's see how we can all have a discussion on it. And that was because Gyakie was on Daybreak Hits, and she says people don't enjoy shows anymore. They tend to find faults. Now, she established that live shows are no longer centered around enjoyment. She said many attendees now go with the intent of finding faults to turn into breaking news, while acknowledging that criticism has always been part of an artist's journey. Gyakie here said that that is not, or it has become so excessive and in many cases and deliberately harsh. She condemned the fault-finding culture where people set up cameras to dissect artists live despite knowing little or nothing about them. Kwame Beka, let's take a listen to Gyakie, and when we come back, we can delve in this conversation.
So every single time you hop on the stage, it feels like you're only there for you to be judged, and I mean, nobody is far from,
criticism.
Yeah, exactly. But it's becoming a bit too much. It's like people even do it on purpose. You can go on the internet and somebody sets up a camera to really dissect your entire life when they don't even know anything about you or anything like that. Most people don't even go to shows to enjoy it anymore. They go there to find the breaking news. They go there to find who fell. They go there to find who missed the key, and the motive is moving away from enjoying life and, accepting that we're all humans. People make mistakes, and it's more, I'm going there to go and make sure I get some bad news and then come and post it up, and then I'll be trending and all that. So it's like things are not fun anymore. People are being too careful with everything because people are mean, things are not fun anymore. So yeah, everything feels like we're in a courtroom at this point.
This is Hits.
Courtroom is, we're all in a courtroom at this point. And this is Gyakie. Robert.
Yep.
Me, I'm a journalist. Yes.
They produce shows.
I produce shows.
No.
Oh, yes, and you produce shows too. Events.
He produces the courtrooms.
Yes, you produce most of the courtroom. In fact, you produce the biggest courtroom in Ghana. And when I come to the courtroom, all I'm looking for is what is this artist saying? And right after the courtroom, usually, for instance, let's take the TGMAs, for instance. After performances, this is where you go online and everybody saw this artist didn't perform well. He slipped or she boot, walleting boots. This person is this
Voice
person.
not 12.
Exactly. Sometimes, the keys didn't go well and all that. There's so many of it. And should we say this is the reality now? Like what she's saying, yeah, maybe that wasn't there back then. But now the phones are everything. It's like we're always on the move. You'll be surprised that even when you slip, somebody can easily film it. You don't know how it happened, whether the person knew you were going to slip or something. But for some reason, somebody will always have a video to show that something of the sort happened. Is it a reality? That's what we're living now, or what can we really do about it?
Well, obviously, for somebody like Gyakie, she's supposed to be concerned because the object of dissection is usually people like her.
Yes.
So they are the ones who actually get onto the board and they are chopped. So basically Yep. So she has to be concerned and then she has to speak about it. And I like the fact that she said most, which means she's not saying everybody. But I would even beg to differ that it's not even most. I think that it is some. And the only reason why I should probably think it is most is because the few who do that, they have a very powerful voice. They have big platforms, and when they put stuff out, it goes out there, Or even worse, they may not necessarily have huge platforms, but for as long as the negatives within our space, not even within our space, within the human space, if a human bites a dog, it's big news. So it's bigger than if a dog bites a human being.
Yes.
So the bad news would actually spread faster. So I understand where she's coming from, but unfortunately, there are two sides to this whole thing. She needs to understand that the human nature will be hard and difficult to change, and she needs to be able to wear thicker skin to be able to to not allow these things to be able to get to her, But I think people are having fun. People are going to programs and they are chilling and they are enjoying. And that's the reason why we go out and we have fun when she's singing her songs. We enjoy it, and all of that. So she shouldn't just make the minor the major. She should make the major because most people are having fun, so she shouldn't just concentrate on the little ones. I mean, they will keep happening, and it's difficult to eliminate these things. There's this analogy where a teacher was writing on the board, back turned to the students, and she was writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I think she was on the 9th number, the mistake was made. And as soon as she made a mistake, then everybody's hands went up. Madam, there's a mistake where? Number 9, okay. And then she used that to explain to the students. I wrote from 1 to 8, and none of you spoke. But the moment I made a mistake on number 9,
everyone,
you guys are quickly pointing it out to me. Just trying to let us know that usually people spot the wrong thing faster. So there's an element of human nature in that particular thing that we spot the wrongs. Yes, and then so it takes a little bit of proactivity and interest not to want to settle on that. So she should build herself against these things, knowing that for as long as she's in a spotlight and a limelight, these things would happen, and it's just so that she doesn't focus too much on that. And yes, for those of us who enjoy the negatives, we should know that at the end of the day, somebody's life, somebody's career, somebody's feelings as well. So we should try to manage that. But
but Robert, sometimes can we also say that sometimes some people also go there, they actually do things intentional
that's their hobby.
That's their hobby. It's intentional. So if I'm coming, obviously I'm looking for it to be filmed, and so I'll wear some funny shoes, funny clothing, funny things to, So if that case, when it happens that way and people are teasing, and they did it on purpose so that they could be talked about.
Okay, so I'm not saying that we don't have people who are bad or people who are negatively oriented. They have some people, in fact, the only thing they want to do consistently is just show negativity.
Yes.
In fact, some people have done it so well and so for so long that it's second nature.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't even know they are doing it, or that is for them to they don't know they don't even know how to appreciate something good.
Yes.
If you tell them, "Oh, Charlie, how was the show?" Then the first thing they zoom into is the negative. Yeah, because somebody will do something and even though the person, like in terms of performance, 80% of it is on point, and you can literally describe from 1 to 80 and all of these things are positive, the person just doesn't have what it takes to be able to describe it. All the focus on is the 20% that didn't go well, and then they they blow it out of proportion. So when you hear the review, all you hear is a negative, and then you end up thinking, so there was nothing good about it, So yeah, I mean, there are people like that. So I'm not saying that there aren't people like that. No, there are people like that. So yes, obviously. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the most important thing is for you to shield yourself. I know Adam also looks at negatives, but he also balances it with a lot of positives.
Positives.
This one, I'm a journalist. But
that is what I'm saying.
I don't even know why you're asking me the questions. You should be asking yourself.
I'm asking you because you also you organize it.
But Charlie, sometimes the bashing comes from you guys, plenty. And then we'll come and sit here with his English. Where's Kwame Dazi? He should have been here.
Yes, he was supposed to be here.
Doreen, I mean, the truth of the matter is, as journalists, we need to. I mean, our first responsibility is to the people, and if you are in a profession whose first responsibility is to the people, you cannot lie to the people. You always need to be fair to the people because you are because of them. So at times it's difficult in view of situations not to be honest to the people who our first responsibility is to. I mean, artists, celebs, everybody should understand, I mean, their perceived value, because that is very crucial, where the perceived value can, I mean, go into how people deal with the organizations among, I mean, corporate Ghana, among others. So if you perform, the performance is where at times those who are there, you give them your brand promise, your actual value by giving them a certain experience. So if they come and that experience is not experiencing, I mean, you just need to be honest to yourself. Find out, is it indeed this negative trend? Is it indeed I flattened, I did this, I did that? If indeed something happened, like the other time the TGM Working Promise had I mean, he spoke to the issue that this is it, corrective action. This is it. So if you are honest to yourself that indeed this is what happened, what it means is that you ensure it doesn't happen and can promise, given the second opportunity, give a better account of himself than what happened at the other time. So that's the issue. Corrective action. What is it? Did I go wrong? Did something happen? But if you think that nothing didn't happen, someone wants to find for, the majority of the people will even go for you. They will support you online. I mean, that's happened where people want to set agenda and the agenda backfires. And in that regard, you, the artist, you don't need to, I mean, pay attention to the negative. That's where boasting comes in. You pay attention to the positive. You boast at the positive. So show clips. This is it. We did it this way. So you are boasting with a positive.
Okay.
So that at the end of the day, I mean, it doesn't, you understand. But these people will be there, especially in the era where people want social media trends to grow their pages among others, until Yoko calls them or they find themselves at police headquarters. They will not go learn anything. So, I mean, understand that it's likely to happen. But if that is the case, you are going to, I mean, pay attention to your self-care. I mean, relax, enjoy yourself, than paying too much attention to them, because they want your attention to do business, go their pages and all that.
Yeah.
But at times that I mean, you are doing things and a lot of people are praising you. Then that one person throws a shot and it spoils your day. I mean, that's psychological and biological builder. But we need to be able to highlight the positives in our head so that we do not succumb to some of the minute voices who behave they are the loudest, and we make that enter our blood and it spoils everything. So CC and mobile phones now, they have become part.
Yes.
And that's the truth. And it's difficult to control.
Yeah.
But just, give your best. And also, if you have shows, please rehearse. That's why I like the big events like Robert. They will ensure you are rehearsing.
Yes.
But there are some shows that Omuduwana Koso. But you, the artist, you should know that, Charlie, this be your World Cup. Say they are Black Star for Mobo Person World Cup. This is also your World Cup.
Yeah.
So rehearse. The other time, this same topic we were talking, Andy was here, and as a DJ, he attested to the fact that at times that shows that you even call the artist that, oh Charlie. In my own song, I go what's up? And the thing you want to do, have a rehearsal or a plan with him, he or she will not, listen. So they should also, these things are also there to help us to grow in our artistry. So it's become part, but let's find a way out.
We'll not always, be like that. But sometimes you said, it's just to caution you so that be able to be flatter next time, no better.
But I know the antidote to all of these things.
Tell
really,
me.
Competency.
Wow.
If you are competent, really, if you develop some incredible competence, regardless of what day it is, what weather it is, that kind of stuff, So in this particular case, I'm speaking from the other side.
It's been difficult to even find their negative when it comes to performance. You go kill them.
So,
interesting.
So I think that. And another thing, there's one statement. So, the champions are not made in a ring. That they are made prior to the ring because they do a lot of preparation, like they prepare, that kind of stuff. So, and I think that for an artist, every day that you go in the ring is equal to you being on stage. So for as long as you're consistently rehearsing and getting ready and playing with all the analysis and the what ifs scenarios in your mind, and you train for it, it should be easier. So yes, we are speaking for the negatives not to go out there, but then the artists also need to play their role, so that's a combination of the two.
Very important.
And then you shield yourself mentally.
So that we can all come and still enjoy the shows and,
Because you go talk.
Oh, to small one, big. Small one. Well, this is where we wrap it all up. Robert, thank you so much for coming today. Adam, thank you so much for coming. You have something to say?
Yeah. Kwame Nkrumah's birthday is coming. Our first president, Osagyefo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and as part of measures, the tourism ministry, together with its ally agencies, among others, are putting together Nkrumah Fest, where they are celebrating the legacies of Osagyefo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and that has been teaming Journey to Nkrofo. So most of the people, performers, Keche, PCS Star, Bapa Christie, Jack Alolomi, among others, Kofi Kenata, are all going to Kwame Nkrumah's hometown in Nkrofo. It's birthplace, and it's starting from 15th to 22nd. Where they are going to celebrate the legacies of Osagyefo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. So it's a form of
literal
tourism.
journey.
You go to look at where he was born, some of the places, iconic places in his hometown, which is linked to him and his family, among others. I saw the deputy GTA boss, Abeku Santana, others take the lead to ensure that things are in place. They went there to some of these iconic places where the visitors are going. So it's a good thing, which I believe that with time it can bring a lot of people from abroad. Like the way people come and always want to troop to the Kwame Nkrumah Museum. It's been leading when you look at the statistics. It means that this too can become something huge. Because Kwame Nkrumah is very popular. Kwame Nkrumah, and
not even that, because when I go to South Africa, on one of my trips to South Africa, I went to Nelson Mandela's home.
Right.
You know, and then
me too. I went there.
Exactly.
Watch documentaries, see
everything about it.
I'm yet to try South Africa. I would love to see that.
Yeah, it's awesome. So in Coma Fest is happening, Jenny 2 in Kofo. So I mean, Ghanaians should ensure they are apart from next week. It's happening.
All right.
And make it up to GT.
So my last words.
Okay.
We are dancing this month of September.
Yes.
So next week it's on from the 18th. We are dancing. It's Afro Latin. We are beginning the dance festival with Afro Latin. So it's salsa, kizomba, bachata, merengue.
Okay.
So the kizomberos, kizomberas, and salseros. Yeah. So from the 18th, so for more information is available on the Ghana Dance Festival page on social. So please just connect with us. And come dance.
Let's go dance. All right. Thank you so much, Robert, on that as well. So remember, also, don't forget this weekend on Sunday, Leila Jansi's mixer is also happening at the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. So please do well to go there and get something good for yourself. Go and ask questions. Go and learn something for yourself as well. So yeah, let's all meet there. It's at 6 p.m. So if you can, please do well to pass by. My name is Doreen Avio, and let me say a very big thank you to you, Mr. Hagler, on production, supported by Debbie Sway, Knee Upness on social media, and of course, Mr. Hagler. Say Mr. Hagler on the music as well. Thank you.
Knee Upness,
Knee Upness.
Oh, okay. I thought knee is upness.
Did you mean Debbie Searching Sway?
Yeah, Debbie Searching Sway. Kwame is not here. On all socials, you can look for me at Doreen Avio, but on Instagram is Doreen_Avio. Up next is DJ Obet. But before I go, let me say a very big thank you to our amazing sponsors: Betway, EcoBank, MTN, Everywhere You Go, Sister Sanitary Pads by Dahlia, Cowbell Coffee, and Franco Trading Enterprise. They made it possible for us to bring you Daybreak Hits. It's a Friday. Do all to have the best of it. Have a
This is Hits.